So aboard the USS Bataan, the oil lab is responsible for is the boiler water feed water program. They are the work center that does all the testing of the boiler water and all propulsion water. It's a watch that is manned 24/7. And then as the ship's oil king, I'm overall in charge of the daily operations, making sure that everything is in accordance with the boiler water feed water program. The special evolutions that we deal with, obviously the biggest one is RAS, replenishment at sea. Just on this deployment, we've taken over 1 million gallons of gas in one shot. The oil lab is overall responsible for the chemistry of the water in the plant. Now, if you're unaware of it, the main propulsion boiler on board this ship operates roughly anywhere, the superheated steam coming out of it is anywhere from 875 to 950 degrees. It's at 700 psi. The biggest thing we worry about, and the reason we test the water, the time frame that we do, is because if our treatment chemicals are not where they need to be, various things can happen throughout the boiler. Worst case scenario, it would be a boiler explosion. Boiler explosion, main steam leak, both catastrophic events that could adversely affect the ship. It is very important that the oil lab has the watch that it does.
A couple examples of samples that we test: boiler water, obviously, but also feed water or condensate water. So with fuel or lube oil, we will use the centrifuge machine. We will measure out the required amount, and then we'll spin it for a certain amount of time, and it will tell us basically how much water or sediment is in that sample for fuel or oil. And then in this cabinet behind me, that's where we test the water. So we do what's called titration. So we'll add nitric acid, mercuric nitrate, and then our color indicators. Based on the change in color in the sample, then we know the amount of chemicals in the sample.
I take pride in everything we do. Just being in the oil lab is a special place to be, because everything is so important. Because in order for the ship to move and get on the way, you need the boilers. In order for the boilers to operate, you need feed water, SAT feed water. You need SAT boiler water. You're going to need fuel. So in oil lab, we have qualified people that take all these samples and do all these tests, and it includes a lot of chemistry and in accordance with the book.
As an oil king, if you're doing your job, nobody is thinking about you, right? Because the water is good, fuel is going where it needs to go, the tanks are full of oil, and we can get lateral separation when it comes time to leave the pier.